guys, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today, I am going to be talking about the much-awaited City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. And this is the 6th and final book in the Mortal Instruments series. And I've been waiting for this book for so long. I originally was not planning on buying the book. I was originally planning on just waiting until I can get a library copy. But, thanks to Tumblr, I found out that Cassandra Clare was doing kind of a book signing thing in Wellesley, which is maybe a half-hour drive from me. And with the ticket came a copy of City of Heavenly Fire, which would be personalized and signed by Cassandra Clare. And she'd be signing 2 other titles, if you wished. And, author signing, how can I resist? So, yeah, I got my book signed and personalized to me, and that just made me really happy now that I have a signed copy. I also had Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince signed, because I love the Infernal Devices series. And, yeah, I wanted them signed, so I got them signed, and it made me really happy. And Cassandra Clare was awesome, and that was just a wonderful night. It made my month. So, getting back on track. This book is really long. It was like 725 pages, which is very, very hefty, but totally worth the read. It was a good book. Seeing the size made me really wary, because I'm like, okay, is this going to be really rushed with all sorts of crazy ends tying up going on? Is it going to feel forced? Is it going to be drawn out and overly long? How is this going to be? Thankfully, my fears were put to ease pretty quickly. I felt this book was not rushed. I thought it was really well done, and it was just amazing. And I was also terrified of who was going to die and who was going to live in this series. I kept on hearing all sorts of theories and people speculating, and I was just panicking, worried about whether my favorite characters were going to die or not. And the suspense was killing me. I'm not going to go into lots and lots of spoilers because, I want to leave some things a surprise. But I will go into a few things, and yeah. So if you have not finished this book yet, I suggest you click away now, because I'm going to give you some spoilers. So, first off, I also recommend, if you have not read Clockwork Princess and you wish to read Clockwork Princess, I suggest you wait to read this and read Clockwork Princess first, because if you read this before Clockwork Princess, you're going to spoil yourself with a few things, and that's not fun. I love how we found out how Jem became mortal again. I love how we see how he became not a Silent Brother anymore. It is because of the heavenly fire that is inside Jace, and amazing. I'm surprised that no one I really, really loved was killed. I was sad when Jordan died, especially since it was still in the beginning of the book, so I'm like, oh crap. It's been like 200-ish pages, I think, and someone has already died. But, I thought more people were going to die, honestly. More people that we knew about, like major-ish characters. But thankfully, no one really big has died. There was, who was it? Jordan, Raphael, Maureen, and Sebastian. I was so glad to see that Sebastian is leading his army of Dark Shadow Hunters against the Nephilim, and things are really intense. He is demanding that Clary and Jace hand themselves over to them, and there'd be kind of a deal going on there. I'm trying so hard not to give too many things away. I love that they went into a demon realm. I thought that was really interesting, seeing things from a whole nother dimension, and having that dimension be like our dimension, but things went differently. It's like, there were mirror dimensions, really close together, and basically a lot of things were the same. There were shadow hunters in that dimension. They were led by Jonathan Shadowhunter, but things were different. Jonathan Shadowhunter was a jerk, for lack of better words. And a lot of the Downworlders sided with the demons versus the Shadowhunters, unlike our world. And that just, in the end, things just resulted in chaos. The world was destroyed, and it's basically a barren wasteland now. And that is what would happen to our world if we didn't have the Shadowhunters to protect it against the demons. So Sebastian is hiding out in that world, and that's why the Clave cannot track him. So Simon, Clary, Jace, Alec, and Izzy go into the demon realm to try and find Sebastian and stop him. Quite a few things happen there. Simon and Izzy finally, made their feelings for each other known, and they became a legit couple, which made me really happy, because it's like, it's about damn time. And Clary and Jace finally get some alone time, and yeah. Can I just say, who brings a condom on a possible suicide mission? They're going into a demon dimension, about to face off their enemy, and they don't know if they're gonna live, they don't know what's gonna happen, they don't know what to expect. And, Jace, of course, packs a condom. Okay, because that's clearly the first thing on your mind when you're going on a potential suicide mission. But at least they're being safe, I guess. Yeah. We find out who Magnus's father is, which I personally thought he was going to be Lucifer, because I thought that would be really interesting. He's not, but he's still someone you don't want to mess with. I like Sebastian's death scene. I thought that was really interesting. They used the holy fire to kill him, and what the holy fire does is it burns away the evil in you. And if you have enough good in you, you will survive. If you're more bad than good, you're gonna die. And Sebastian, he has more bad than good in him. But before he, totally dies, he is reverted to the young boy he could have been if he hadn't been born with demon blood. If Valentine had not messed with his son before he was born, we got to see, what he was like. He knew he made mistakes, and he apologized for it. He understood that no one was gonna forgive him. I just thought it was sad. I pitied him. I didn't feel sorry for him or forgive him as a character, but I did feel for him. So, I like that, and once again shows there is good and bad inside of him. That's kind of what I got from this little death spiel. Even though he was a villain, he was a bad guy, he did have some good in him very, very, very deep down. It wasn't really noticeable when he was alive and kicking, but there is good and bad in everyone. So, I like that. I like that a lot. So, after that, everyone's kind of trapped in this demon dimension, and the only way for them to get out is with the help of Magnus's father. And he's not going to do anything for free, so he makes a deal with everyone. He needs someone to give up their life, an immortal, and Magnus was going to give up his life. He's 400 years old. His immortality would be stripped away, and thus he would age very quickly since he is 400 years old. But before he can agree to it, Simon quickly speaks up. Because Simon, as a vampire, is immortal too. And since he's only 17 and recently turned to a vampire, he won't die giving up his immortal life. But things ain't gonna be that easy. His father also demands that Simon gives up all of his memories of the Downworld. So Simon's not going to remember anyone who has to do with the supernatural world. He's not going to even remember Clary, his best friend of all time. So, despite everyone urging him not to, he does it anyway. He doesn't remember anything. And I felt so bad for Clary and Izzy. Clary because she just basically lost her best friend then. And Izzy because she lost her boyfriend. But I like how they do things at the very, very end, and it just made me very happy, and I like that. I like Simon's band's name. I kind of screamed a little bit as I read that. What did everyone think about that? Simon's new band name. I have a feeling I'm just gonna voice something loud now. Based on how the Clay treated the Fae, the Fair Folk, for siding with Sebastian and basically stabbing the Clave in the back, I have a feeling they are going to hold that grudge until the next series, and something with the Fair Folk is going to happen in the next series. Whether they launch an attack against the Shadowhunters or what, I don't know, but I have a feeling it has something big to do with the Fair Folk. They are going to seek their revenge, I bet. Not that I blame them, you know. They were treated kind of harshly. Like, I can see both sides of the argument, but what are you gonna do? Interesting to see where that goes. I love seeing Tessa. I love seeing Tessa with Jem, and Church was very happy to see Jem, and I think he kind of stole him from the Lightwoods, and everyone was like, holy crap, Church is letting someone pet him and pick him up? What is this monstrosity? What is this witchcraft? I found that pretty funny and made me giggle. So, all in all, I thought this was a good, final book in a series. I don't think it was as good as the Clockwork Princess ending, but it was good. It's up there on my favorite ending list. And I really cannot wait to see where Cassandra Clare goes with the Shadowhunters in the next installments of the Shadowhunter world. And very excited to see where everything goes. That is it for this book review. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. What were your favorite bits? What are some things that you did not expect? What are some things that made you laugh out loud? So on and so forth. So, yes, that is it for this book review. And I will see you guys next time. See ya.